Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon.
Waalaikumsalam, good afternoon.
So today I'm going to interview one of my acquaintance in creative industry. He's a 2D animation rigger. So his name is Imam. He's from Bandung. So
Yes.
Imam, can you a bit introduce yourself first?
Okay, my name is Imam Rasidin. I am from Bandung, Bale Endah. I've been in 2D animation about around 2, 3 years, I think. I think this year is going to be the 4th years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the fourth.
So this year gonna be your fourth year as
Yes,
a
yes, yes, yes,
2D
yes.
animation rigger. So um, okay, we just continue to the question. So
Okay.
yeah, so my first question is, can you explain how can you become a 2D animation rigger?
It's quite a unique story actually.
Okay.
The first time I know about 2D animation is when I was in college, which I was pursuing IT, learning IT and learning programming. But then, when I
Okay.
was learning, studying,
Yeah.
I know about a VTuber. I
Okay.
learned about VTuber, and then I was introduced to the concept of streaming, but without showing your true face, but
Okay.
using an anime character to stream. So
Okay.
I was curious, how is this character moving, or what is the system behind it?
Okay.
So when I was looking in the internet, there is two part. There is the art one and the rigging part.
Okay.
The art, you will need an artist, so you need to be able to draw from scratch or
Okay.
something like that. But uh, there is the rigger part, which is the one who puppet the art or animate the art,
Oh, okay.
so the art can move.
Okay. 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 So the things of the VTuber thing is the virtual YouTuber things. The one who used another persona, not like a usual streamer. I mean, uh, yes, that things. Yeah. Okay. So um, okay. So let's say it's about curiosity that lead you into the 2D animation rigging, but without any educational background before. So I guess that will be a very abstract because so I guess without educational background it will be so hard. So do you have a teacher before, or maybe you learn it by yourself?
For the rigging itself, I study it by myself. I learn it
Okay.
from YouTube, from social media,
Social
from
media.
another rigger,
Another rigger. Okay.
which is, I think, if you talk about how hard it is, I think it depends on the person itself.
Okay.
Different people, different difficulties. Because for me personally,
Okay.
I find it's perfect for me.
Okay.
I can do it and I can learn fast about animation.
Okay.
But some people talk to me about learning Live to the Cubism, which is software that I use to animate.
Yeah.
They said that it is hard to learn, which not wrong, but at the same time, maybe it's just about compatibility with what they're doing.
Okay. So, so you say that you are suitable enough for the 2D
Yes,
animation rigging activities.
fortunately, yes,
Yes.
fortunately.
Fortunately, in almost 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Indeed, it's almost
I
four
mean,
years.
I
So
continued. Yeah, I continued
yeah.
in this profession for 4 years. So
Yeah, so it is impossible for you for not being I mean, like not comfortable enough. I mean, it's like your 4 years. Yeah, this is your fourth
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
so yeah. And um, the next thing is, uh, in 3 years, and we going into your fourth years. So what does 2D animation rigger do on a daily basis? The normal thing, the common things that you do.
I mean, for the specific rigging only or the animation only, I just well, it's basically working on a raw file which the
Mm.
client provided.
Okay.
So it's quite hard to explain it, but the simplest way is uh, usually I process the file before working on animating it,
Okay.
which need to use a specific file for my software, the software that I use.
Yeah.
But other than animation, because I'm a freelance,
No.
I didn't just focus on animation, but also promoting my own portfolio to the
Okay.
client, so I can get more client, and then
Okay.
I also have to be able to have client service skill, so I can
Hmm.
communicate with my client,
Yeah.
finding out what they want, how do we work together.
Okay.
So usually I don't just work by myself, but we have to be able to communicate with our client, or maybe
Okay.
the artist, or maybe a team project that is created at the time.
Okay. So, uh, what you say is, what you do in the daily basis as a 2D animation rigger is, you're communicating with the other client. You're trying to learn to communicate better, and then trying to learn the 2D animation things. Yes, exactly. I mean, you have to improve yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, you have to improve yourself every single days. And then uh, the last thing is, uh, you do the marketing by yourself, because you say that before, you are a freelancer.
Yes, in the first year,
Mm.
I work as an animation 2D animation.
Mm.
I have to create my own portfolio. I have to market my own stuff, my portfolio again, so other
Yeah.
people can know what I sell and try to make them interested in my work. But then after a few years, there's an you can say it's an opportunity to what is
Okay.
the what is it called again? Uh, to make
Like,
it more effective. Like
okay.
maybe yesterday I have an opportunity to join a studio.
Okay.
Uh, the first studio I tried to join, and then I got accepted. And it's basically the studio itself is basically helping me to promote myself to a lot more wider wider market
Okay.
in social media. Maybe not just Indonesia market, but also EN market, or maybe an international market.
Okay.
Uh, so it does progressively better bit by bit.
Okay, so you're trying to do it more efficient. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, in many aspect. In many aspect, you're
Yeah.
trying to do it efficiently. Okay, so um, up until now, it's been 3 years. Like you said before, almost your fourth years. Um, what what software do you use? Do you change, and do you change your software? Do you change even like 1 years or 2 years, or maybe you still use the same software in these 3 years?
In these 3 years, honestly, I only ever use currently only ever use lift 2D cubism
So the
for my work, for my rigging, for my 2D animation.
mm-hmm.
But currently, I was curious about the other software,
Okay.
like there was After Effect or
After
maybe
Effects.
Spy 2D.
Okay.
But learning about new software means we need more effort and time, consume a lot of time to
Yeah.
learn about new thing.
Okay.
So I'm
Yeah.
still, yeah, you know, thinking about it.
Oh, yeah, thinking about it just to change the software alone because it will affect your efficiency.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, yeah, it does. So that is the also that is your reason not to change to another software. So, but is there any specific reason for you to use the live 2D cubism that you have mentioned earlier?
Hmm, maybe for the specific reason is because I don't just do the animation, but also I did rigging. It's
Okay,
actually quite the same to the animation and rigging, but the only difference is for rigging.
okay,
To the rigging, it means more. I work the I work I work the art, so the art can be tracked by the camera, so the user can be tracked and use
mm,
the model as their avatar,
okay,
which is the only software that does that is currently Live 2D Cubism.
okay,
But for the 2D animation itself, it possibly that I could use another software to do it.
okay.
But who knows?
Okay, basically you say that because your market, your main market is the virtual YouTuber itself. So
Yes.
so you first trying to learn the live 3D cubism first, just to learn the basic animation and yeah, let's say you have to try to penetrate the market to reach that
Yes.
point and to reach that point of selling and then to let them know you first. Just after that, maybe you can try to change another software or use another software after that. Yeah. Okay. So that's about the use of rigging. But you mentioned before you work as a freelancer, 2D animation rigger freelancer. But let's say uh, do you prefer to work independently or work as a team? If you have the chance to work as a team, which one do you prefer?
Um, for this question, I think my work is possibly the character the characteristic of my work is mostly I did the work myself.
Mm-hmm.
So even if we work as a team, it won't be in the same work category. Like
Okay.
if I work in the animation, maybe my friend or my teammate will work in the art part. So he will draw and then I the animating it. So if you talk about teamwork, maybe it depends on the project itself. If the project itself only needs the animation part,
Okay.
so that means I will work with myself and the client.
Okay.
But if the project needs an artist to complete, we will work together as a team with the artist.
Okay. So you said that uh, you I mean it's all depend. It's all depend. You say that it's all depend, but the main rigging itself, you do it by yourself. You do it by
Yeah,
yourself. The rigging,
so,
you just do it by
yeah,
yourself.
uh,
But the
I don't really
team. You,
I don't really have any prefer. I don't really prefer. It's just it depends on the project. So yeah,
depend on the project. So
what
yeah,
we need.
yeah. So depend on,
Yeah.
again. So depend on the project and um, then again the theme itself is just only when you have a project that you have to collaborate or maybe elaborate to work with another illustrator or maybe another animator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, that that one's fun. And let's say about a stage of production in the 2D animation rigging, because like you said before, you mentioned the rigging for the virtual YouTuber. You mentioned the animation alone, the 2D animation alone, but what what production stage that you usually get involved? I mean, the production stage is like the maybe you are the director or maybe you're just the freelancer. You just work on that, or maybe you created the project itself. Which one do you usually involve? It is made by you, or
Um,
maybe they just a client that come, or maybe you are the one who start the project itself just to get the money, or maybe get the marketing for marketing purpose or anything.
Usually, which stage? How do I express this?
Hmm?
Usually for me,
Yeah.
I think it begs to depend on the condition where
Okay,
it
depend on the
depends on
condition.
the client too. Which there are times where the client needs an
Yeah.
artist to make the model, the art itself from the
Yeah.
scratch.
Yeah.
Uh, in that case,
Hmm.
we will work together,
Yeah.
discuss together from the start.
Okay.
Maybe the art part, my friend is leading the team, or maybe I'm leading the team
Okay.
uh, to lead. Where should we where should we lead this project going?
Okay.
How the progress going to be?
Okay.
But most of the times
Yeah.
when a client come to me, they already have an art that they want to animate.
Okay.
So the raw file itself is already ready to animate.
Okay.
Uh, in that case, sometimes when the art is finished, maybe yeah, I start uh, involved in the beginning, maybe in the middle. But
Okay.
yeah, it
Okay.
depends from the client.
Okay. So, uh, I mean, we can conclude that uh, with this question, your stage of production for now is uh, very dependable on the client needs. But
Yes.
yeah, but again, it's rather than just the client needs, you maybe you usually just trying to make it more efficient, or maybe give some recommendation for them, like you actively giving recommendation, and you actively following the instruction alone. So at that stage you usually just working on the rigging process alone. Yes. I mean,
Yes.
not as a project manager or something. Yes. Okay. Now that's really things. And um let's say uh you said about a project, uh, another illustrator, another animator client. So there will be another collaboration. There will be another things to elaborate. So how do you collaborate with another illustrator, other animators, in a project outside or maybe outside the project? Just about the collaborate, because uh, if we say in the creative industry, you can collaborate in a project, or maybe you still can collaborate outside a project. So there is no need the project to be there just for you to collaborate to do things. So let's say, I mean, how do you usually do it? How do you usually done it until now?
Until now, if we talk about collaboration in a project, we will talk about communication with each other, from illustrator and rigger, from me and him, or even the client.
Yeah.
So usually, if it's needed, so if the project needs a collaboration with maybe an artist and a client, usually I create a group where the client, the illustrator, and me is in one group chat.
Okay.
So every information about the project itself, like a reference or maybe an update, progress
Okay.
update, payment, and everything about the project itself,
Okay.
we can discuss it in the group. So there is no miscommunication. I try to minimize the miscommunication from the client, me,
Okay.
and the illustrator itself.
Okay. So
But
okay. Then
if we talk about outset the project, we can say that it's uh, what uh, what is the example of outset of the project? Uh, Maybe like a personal project.
yeah.
Usually, I will just back again. It's a communication. Maybe it's only me and the illustrator, but
Okay.
I try to effectively minimize the risk of miscommunication.
Okay. Okay. That's fun. So in both ways, either in the project or maybe outside the project, with another worker, with another illustrator, with another animator, with another client, with different client, you tend to make a group.
Yes.
Yes.
If if there's a condition where
Yeah.
I cannot reach the illustrator, or maybe the client don't have the contact of the illustrator itself, uh, then I try to give the client an option,
Yeah.
which is maybe I can recommend an illustrator from my set,
Yeah.
or maybe if it's impossible
Yeah.
to work on the raw file itself, then I will just work on whatever I have.
Okay. So okay. So yeah, I mean, that's the last choice that you have, but
Yeah,
yeah, that is the last choice you have. I guess that is the last choice.
can
There's
cannot really do anything about that
yeah,
if you don't have any way to communicate.
yeah, because it's yeah, it's very hard. I guess it is very hard things because you work as a freelancer, and there's a project that a client comes up with, so there's another illustrator or maybe another creative worker in the same project too, but when the communication is so minus, let's say it's so minus, uh, I mean, it will be really hard for you. Yes, it will be really hard for you. I mean, with all the work, you just have to do some magic just to finish that work.
Yeah,
You just have to finish the, and
I will have to somehow finish it.
yeah, you just have to somehow you trying to finish it, but
Yeah.
yeah, but you can't guarantee the perfect. You can't guarantee the
Yes.
quality, I guess.
And of
This.
course, I also communicated with my clients. I tried to explain to them on why is it like this, why is it like that, why is it better like this. I usually I recommend them. Well, I mean, uh, basically it's client service.
The clients, okay,
Yeah,
okay, like
yeah, yeah.
okay, this is a customer service, I
I
guess.
try, yes,
Yeah,
customer service. I try to give the best option for my client.
yeah. Right. Well, that's a very usual thing for a freelance to done. Yeah,
Yeah.
customer client done by yourself, marketing done by yourself, making portfolio done by yourself, and everything done by yourself. And at the same time, when the client is not really can elaborate just to make it easier for you, you have to make it harder for you, not for them, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, so going to the next question is, I want to ask about some, let's say, uh, I let you to recall anything from your experience. Like, what is the most challenging part, and like the challenging part of being a 2D animation rigger up until now? What is the most? I just need one, like one point, the most challenging part.
The most challenging
The most
part
challenging part.
for me, I think for the animation 2D itself, I find it fun, but the most challenging part is how to hmm, challenging part.
Yes, this is the most challenging part. I'm gonna say one point. I just isn't it one point for the most challenging part in overall all yours 3D animation uh, rigging experience, like all these years, all all these 3 years.
The most challenging part is for
Mm-hmm.
me personally is when I have to, what do you say it? I have to uh, animate or rigging to the art,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem is when the raw file itself is lacking a lot. Maybe it lacks
Okay.
cutting layer.
Okay.
Maybe the artists who work on it still learning how to cut it, and I have to I have to uh, like the earlier. So
Okay.
I tried to make it work somehow. I tried to make something impossible possible.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, but usually it is still it is still possible.
Okay.
Sometimes you will find the answer on how to finish it when you just try it.
Okay. Okay. So again, it's all about the collaboration between you and the illustrator as a 2D animation rigger, and because of that, it will the most challenging part up until now is the low quality art because of the bad working process of the illustrator. let's
Yeah, yeah.
say let's say
Let's
let's
say, let's say, yeah, let's say.
let's say it is like that, it is like that, I guess, because it's not just about the quality of the art. Maybe as for me, I see it as, it's not just about the color, it's not just about the characteristic of the art itself, but the quality, how they can do it, how can they make it live, I guess. Yes. So that include into the quality. So we can say that we are on the same page then. You are really challenging, that is the most challenging part of uh, your 2D animation journey, is when you get a low quality art.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So okay, ma'am, I have the very last question. The last question is, with all the difficulties, with all the experience, in 3 years, with all the acquaintance that you have, all the things, are there any common difficulties to work in a collaboration project with other illustrator client? I mean, yes, just a common difficulties. There's a common difficulty. Are
Common.
there? Yes, are there any
The most common difficulties is I think it's time management.
time management?
Not if if we talk about time managing ourselves, I think it's easier. But when you when you do a collab, when you involve another people in
Yeah.
a project, you need to not just time manage your own time, but you
Yeah.
also have to be able uh, not manage other people's time, but just try to make it work to manage with other work with other people in the project.
Okay.
Uh, try to Usually we try to
Mm-hmm.
find a time, maybe just a bit of time just to communicate. But usually, most of the times, because there are client which uh, from an international client where they're in a different time zone.
Different time zone. Okay.
Yes, the communication is delayed because of the different time zone.
Okay.
Like when we are awake, they're asleep, so there is a delay in the communication.
Okay. Oh. Oh, that will be very hard just because of the
Yeah.
yes, just because of the time zone when you have to sleep, but they are wide awake.
Yeah,
As we say, it's a good morning from them, but it's a good night for us.
it's good enough for us.
Yes, and
And again, we did
mm,
our best to just try to manage everything, try to manage the project so it can finish by the time the client wants it.
okay, okay. Oh, with all that, I can conclude that the 2D animation rigging is so challenging up until now. Up until now, it's the 3 years is much challenging, but it's fun for you. But the most uh, concerned part is the communication and the time, the efficiency. I'm gonna say for you. Yes.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
okay. Oh, okay, Himam. Uh, that's just it. I've asked all the things that I want to ask. Is a very pleasure to have an sub interview for
Hey,
you
laser.
today. Such a pleasure. And then thank you for your time. Maybe we can talk another time
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
rigging process and anything. Okay, thank you. Good
Thank you,
afternoon.
thank
Bye
you.
bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, Mr. Ferry. My name is Fadli Rahman. I am from class KM 103. So today I'm going to give some presentation about the interview which I have done before with my acquaintance, which is the related to the topic, and the topic I choose is job and the job and responsibilities. So why I choose the topic of job and responsibility is I have 3 points why I choose, because the first one is because it is the one of the easiest to access, because the, I know the things I do work myself, and then yes, I have a lot of friends that work in many different kind of field. So point number two is because there are many acquaintances ready to be interviewed as the source person. So after the task is given by Mr. Ferry, so I asked a lot of friends which one uh, that I could interview just like 30 minutes maybe, or maybe the longest one maybe 1 hour. A lot of them is volunteered to help me with that. They already want to tell their story about how about the job itself, their job itself, the responsibility that is there within what they work all of these years. I mean, yeah, a lot of my, like I said before, a lot of my friends working, so they want to help me too. Number three is the topic is still related to myself, because me myself is a project manager. So because the job itself and the responsibility which is so, which is I can't really explain how it is difficult for uh, someone to just manage a project and uh, manage other people at the same time. So I have to connect the client and the worker as well, and I have to make a report to the uh, managers too. So yeah, I need to I need to report to my supervisor to about the work, about the things that happen, about the progress and things, as well as the clients. So yeah, I choose the job and responsibility as the topic that I use for the interview. For the next one, I have 8 questions in total for the interview. Number one is can you explain how you became a 2D animation rigger? What does 2D animation rigger do on a daily basis? What software do you use for rigging? Because it's not just about an animation. It's more to a rigging rather than just an animation like an anime, or just an animation like uh, the movies, but it's something that people usually use. Number four, do you prefer to work independently or work as a team? Because as I see, a lot of creative worker is working as a team, but some people preferably to work alone. And number five, at which stage of production do you usually get involved? And because I need to know what kind of in this field, in that field, the 2D animation itself, at which stage of production that he usually get involved, and what else that what's the thing that he usually do. So I have that question. And number six, how do you collaborate with the illustrator and other animator in project or outside the project? Number seven, what's the most challenging part of being a 2D animation rigger? Number eight, are there any common difficulties to work in a collaboration project with other illustrator or client? And that is the eighth, the eighth question. But I do make it really subtle, and I don't really ask very clearly as normal people ask. I want to be the interview funnier and fun for the source person. And the interview result, what I get is my acquaintance Imam is a 2D animation rigger, which is the 2D animation rigger itself is a process to make a static illustration into a moving one. In so it's like he give the static illustration a soul to move, but in that process, he got a lot of things like um, he need to learn about it because it is so different with like his the educational background is so different. He come from the IT background in his college, but he pursue the dreams. He pursue what he want to be a 2D animation rigger just because they found it really fun to do. And the software that uh, she that he used is Live 2D Cubism. He got two more options. The one is After Effect, and I do forget one more, but the one that really stand out is Adobe After Effect, because a lot of animation and a lot of animator use that too, Adobe After Effect. But he used Live 3D Cubism because he is specialized in moving the illustration to be used as a virtual YouTuber persona. So as an illustration, and people use that rig illustration as their persona. So they use the tracking using the webcam itself, like today. So I use the webcam, so they use the same webcam, or maybe they use iPhone or anything that can track the movement or their of their face and their hand or anything, or all the body maybe. But I mean, I guess it's just I mean, if it's related to the all body movement, it's got into the 3D animation. But if it's just move the partial things, it goes into the 2D animation. And number three, what software do you use for riggings? Okay, we go to number four. Do you prefer to work independently? So you can say that it's depend on the project alone, depend on the clients alone, because he usually work alone for rigging. For the process of rigging, he don't have a team. He doesn't have a team. He never have a team. But the theme itself is just when he need to work with the other creative worker. The one thing that he need just to complete the task or complete the project, just for one project, or maybe a continuity project. So number four, do you prefer to work alone? Based on Imam, as a resource person, he said that it is depend. Number five, at which stage of production do you usually get involved? uh, Again, because he said that he is a freelancer to the animation rigger, so it's depend on the client needs. If the client needs him to step up the game, to step up into doing the things other than that, he will do it. But the usually client are already prepared with their art, so Imam not really bothered, just not really bothered to give the recommendation, or maybe trying to find another illustrator just for the client. And then it comes uh, I see it as something easier for him, because yeah, many people really know what they're doing and what they want, so they just ask for the rigging or the animation alone. So the stage of the production is just hold the rigging process alone without the illustration. Okay, number six, how do you collaborate with illustrator and other animator in a project or outside the project? um, for the part of collaboration itself, he said that if it's needed, then he will do it, he going to do it. The mechanism is he will make a group just consists of the worker and the client to maximize the output, to minimize the miscommunication, and that's it. It's back again, it's for the efficient and the it's for the efficient thing and for the quality of the result. Number seven, what is the most challenging part of being a 2D animation rigger? That's what I'm asking to. That's what I asked to him. So he himself personally said that when he has to animate it, low quality art, as I can explain, is something that is hard to be rigged, because the part of the illustration is still as one, so they are not cut properly. That is so that is so hard for him, but he's just trying to make it. He's just trying to make it like it's possibly make it. If it is not possibly make it, he just want to make it. Like, yeah, like he said in the interview, it's like a magic. He just want to do it. So, but there's a point that the art itself cannot be rigged because of the quality of the art itself. Usually, the bad working process of the illustrator and the problem of communication between the illustrator itself and the rigger, because both of them need to be one. And number 8, are there any common difficulties to work in a collaboration project with other illustrator or client? Imam said that time management when doing work with other person, with the other client, which is so far away, that far, the time zone really keep the uh, work and take tolls on his body, because if his client comes from America, Los Angeles, and then he himself as an Indonesian, he has to wake up at 12 at night or maybe 7 at night just to keep up to his client, because at their time, at the client time, they still at 12 a.m. They're still at 12 p.m. and it's noon, it's daylight, it's a sun shining over there, but in the Imam side, it's already night. That's really hard, and I know it's because it's related to sleeping schedule and things related to uh, health. And yeah, that's the interview result for the question alone. I'm going to continue to the personal thought. The personal thought of the interview itself. For me, myself, as one of the creative worker in the industry, I do music producing myself, but I'm mainly a project manager, so I'm doing a lot of things at once. Everything is needed, and everything is indeed hard for some people to keep up. Software upgrades, it's really expensive. Software upgrades, it's we need to learn the different. We need to read the patch the things that is what is the upgrade. Is it really help us or not? Because that's the one thing that maybe can change the game in the process. And again, the client needs, and again, personal upgrades. Because after all, freelancer need to do a lot of work, including marketing and customer service for their own service. It's because all the freelancer doing all the things alone, learning process alone, marketing process alone, customer service alone, all the things alone, and that will take a lot of energy. If someone need to do that alone in a long time, and all of that just to improve skills, selling, and maximize their input. As I said before, as my personal thought, freelancers have a lot of room to breathe, but if they aren't aware enough, the room itself will suffocate them without them noticing it. So one thing, and I noticed the most, is how someone bravely changed their way. Like Imam, he said before that his educational background is IT, but he changed his way in the middle of it just to pursue the career of 2D animation rigging. And far from their educational background, it's too far, I guess, to something they like and enjoy the most. As Imam said, I see it as a risk move, a very risky move. Indeed, it's very risky, but as long as someone still move forward with discipline and consistency, they will survive. And It's not a guarantee that they will survive, but I guess it will help them to survive. The So the last one is the summary for all the interview process and the task for the end of the semester task for uh, English lectures. Task is Imam, who work as a freelance 2D animation rigger, has to learn everything alone from the start because no one gonna teach him. No one going to teach him because learn again, or maybe if he has to admission into 2D animations college or schools or anything related to course, it's really expensive. I know that, and again, just because we are the same educational background, he still want to learn, and that's what I appreciate the most. As a freelancer, communication and efficiency is two must things to do. As I learned from him, this point I really need to provide the best result in terms of quality and speed of the process. Because when working with different client with many different condition, project state, time zone, and etc., he has to minimize errors and miscommunication between him, client, and other creative worker involved. And it's really hard. It's indeed a really hard thing to do, I know. And with all the countermeasure he has prepared, he still encounters some difficulties in the animation process. The common one is low quality with the vinyl illustration. It all still related to technical, which is harder for common people to understand. And again, the vinyl sentences, all the 3 years he has been working, he has been learn anything. So what I see is, as a freelancer, he done working and learning at the same time, and it's very hard to see because I do feel it too, because I do learn music as uh, uh, non-musical, without non-musical background, so it is really hard. I know how hard it is, and he still want to keep up with all the things. He said how the technical things go. He said how the workflow goes, and really appreciate who work like him. And even if it's hard, they still try. That's all the things I said. Thank you very much for today's presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.